If it were not that arrangement to sabotage, if those aircraft bombed the area they were targeted, Mohammed would not have gotten anywhere.
And Muhammad would have died because he'd have been at
I'm
KBC.
telling you, he would have killed with his troops. Because you are talking about bombs.
Yeah.
So this myth is a hero. A hero of what? We sabotaged that attempt at source. So I don't want to hear anything to do with Mohammed. No.
IKONINI. Episode 269. Kusema like, subscribe, hit the notification button, tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, alafu, one of the things we noticed in December is a lot of us love the history lessons. And apart from history lessons, we love learning about history from the people who are actually there instead of hearsay. So today we have Corporal Peter Tony WAMBUA, who served in the Kenya Air Force till around 1983. Yes, after the coup.
It was during the, on the 1st of August.
Yeah.
That's when our services were terminated.
Oh, it's just on the day of the coup. They didn't wait till after the trial?
The coup, what we have is the detention which went up to February 83.
Yes. Oh, but as soon as the coup happened, you were all dismissed?
Yeah, we were dismissed.
Oh, okay. Whether innocent or guilty?
Whatever you were. But when you check on my records, there were people who were not found guilty.
Yeah.
Although they were in custody for that long period.
Yeah.
And they were supposed to go back to work. Like myself. I think you saw my certificate.
Yes.
So, but because of the political issues, it was said that we don't go back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I want us to go back. I want us to start from way back, yes?
Yeah.
So, where were you born?
Nguluni location.
Yes.
Matungulu sub-county Machakos.
Okay.
Yes.
And so you studied, that time the education system was different, yes?
We were doing East African Certificate to Education, ESCE.
ESCE.
Yeah.
So you did your ESCE. All this time you didn't know that you wanted to serve in the military, or like what was your original plan? Because I know those days.
I wanted to join the Air Force.
Oh, the Air Force.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after you completed, this is Form 6?
No, Form 4.
Oh, it was Form 4?
Yeah, Form 4 High School. And I was doing sciences because I wanted to join the Air Force.
Oh, okay.
And the reason why I chose that one is my father was a civil servant.
Yeah.
He was a driver for the ministry. And he stayed in Starehe Estate. I'm sure you know where it is.
Yes.
So every time I came to Nairobi, we were passing by the gate.
Okay.
And I could see that aeroplane is the base. So I made up my mind. Yeah.
Okay, so this, and how was education those days? Because I'm assuming a lot of structures were not there, or it was still good. Because who was teaching?
That is a very general question. I did not see any problem during my education.
Yeah, because
from primary to high school, Kangundo, there are structures.
Yeah, okay.
During our time through the primary, it was good. When I went to Tala High School, it was good.
Okay.
And we were able to study. And mind you, Tala High School, it was not boarding then, although it is now today.
Yeah.
You just walk to school and go back home.
Oh, okay.
It is about 3 kilometers up and down. So we enjoyed the walking and the study. No challenges.
Okay, because I think what I was trying to point was the fact that I know, like, after independence 63, there had to be like a lot of white teachers that just left, and then now the African teachers were left. So I was trying to see if there was maybe a deficit that had to be covered within all this maybe 10 years or something. But you're saying everything was okay.
Everything was okay. Tala High School is a Catholic. It's sponsored by Catholic.
Okay.
Our principal was a priest. And we had several actually sisters. So apart from those ones, we were good to go.
Okay. Yeah. So now when you are at Tala High School, is there a certain level you go to before joining the Air Force, or it's from that then you apply and then you join the Air Force? Was there a school in between? a
No,
college?
what happened? When I completed my school, that was the end of 73.
Yes.
I taught as a untrained teacher for about 6 months.
Yeah.
And then it was announced over radio one weekend that Air Force was recruiting. Then I made my mind and came down to Isiliri.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now when you come to Isili, is there like a recruitment day, like the way they do with the police?
What?
Was there a recruitment day?
Recruitment date?
Yes. Like the way they do, like earlier this week, there was the recruitment for the National Youth Service. So what I'm trying to understand is you've come from Tala and you go to Isili. Maybe that's where I didn't understand you.
When I see the kind of recruitments these days, I just wonder what they are doing. It was very organized then.
Okay.
When we got at the gate, and remember it comes from all the way from Kangundo.
Yes.
You are seeing the gate.
Yeah.
I alighted from my bus just after the gate, and there were lines already.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Lines, some pointing to town, others facing the other side towards Uruma. And you just join with your papers.
Oh, okay.
When you get to the gate, they check your papers whether you have the requirement they need, and you are ushered in.
Okay.
At the gate, what they used to check was very basic, of course. You fold your trouser to see whether you have got any scars.
Yeah.
You remove your shirt to check whether you have any scars. When they are satisfied, you just go in. Then after that one, you are now sent to the medical center.
Oh.
That's why now it's a bit unfair because they would take blood samples, urine samples, and that kind of thing. Yes.
Oh, and check if your heart is well, everything is well.
Yes. If I may proceed after that one, and you see now, the people at the gate, they are being eliminated from the gate. When you get to the medical center, they are again eliminated.
Yeah.
Then after that one, now the numbers decrease. And depending on the time, I remember we did the interview for a whole week.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Written.
Yeah.
Examination. It was called technical aptitude. You have done your mathematics, your physics, your chemistry, your geography. Because for technicians, of course, like myself, geography was also very important.
Yes.
That is what would guide the pilot, and then the instruments.
Yeah.
So you must be very good in those subjects. So we did an interview for a whole week. And it's because we also too many. You see now some lots would finish today, others have not finished. So it took the whole lot about 6 months because we are supposed to go to Lanet at the same time.
Yes.
Oh,
okay. So now, like when you passed all those tests, you'd get like somewhere to stay just within the Air Force?
No, we are given accommodation and the food. The Air Force was very organized.
Oh, okay.
I just hope they do the same today. It is British.
Yeah.
We found the British culture.
Yes.
That is what we took over. Because even when we were there, like in technical and piloting, they were the British fellows.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You see, before independence, it was Royal Air Force, the pilots and technicians. And just before independence, the government took about, I think, 5 people to train in Israel. Those were the first fellows to be trained. And just after independence, that is now when they started now, recruiting now Africans. I think the Air Force started in 1964.
Oh, the Kenya Air Force.
So I was joining the Air Force after 10 years. Because I joined 74. 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you say that they were looking at scars. Why would they look at scars? Because you can have a scar that's not...
that was the policy. And to me, it's also very important because you know, military is not just like another another profession, and that scar, you know, you might come to you might come to some conflict or something. You are injured, and it becomes very serious. You are supposed to be you know, fit. You must be fit health-wise.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why they don't. They do not recruit people with disabilities. Unfortunately, it is not possible. Yeah, it is not possible. And then something I also want to talk about is during our time there was no running. No, what I'm saying, like, you know, this running and what they wanted is a capacity to understand what you are getting into. You are a capacity to understand issues, but not running. But I think they introduced the running to just to, you know, to eliminate people.
Okay. So now with because you said someone had to be physically fit, yes? So what do they check? Because I know most probably they normally use running to check your heart and your endurance. So now with this, when you went to the medical for that, like clinic to be checked, what do they check? Were they checking teeth like the police?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Why are the teeth normally checked?
You know, when if you have problems with the teeth, with the time, of course, they will crack, they will rot, and then it becomes problematic if you are serving. So those are the issues they would want to eliminate.
Okay.
Yes. The urine, the blood, whatever. The height also, basic, at the gate. You know, you have to satisfy them. You have that height they require.
What is the minimum height?
I think our time it was 5'5".
5'5". Oh, okay.
And 5'5". And I think I was 5'7", if I can remember correctly. Yeah, so I had no problem with that one. Yes.
Oh, okay. And then we have. So now you are recruited at this time. Yeah, how old are you by the time you joined the ESC?
21.
Oh, you're 21.
21.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now you are working in the technical department, yes?
Yeah.
So what sort of training was happening there? Were you just going and just doing the normal science classes where you learn about?
The very first year in training, after completion of that one, now you join your section. Now your section, now you are going to learn on job training, because now you are going to be with those fellows.
Yeah.
So it is just like what you do when you are doing some internship. You find those guys there, they have the experience. So you work with them, you learn more.
Oh, okay. So it's practical from basically day one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And even during our first year during our training, because we are learning about aircraft.
Yeah.
You know, during that training, you also go to the hangars to study the aircraft there. Yeah. But that was learning.
Okay.
After completion, now you'll be doing the job under supervision. Yeah.
Oh, and then there's this thing that I think we normally assume from the outside as civilians. And we normally assume that anyone who works in the Air Force knows how to use weapons. How true is that?
Knows how to do what?
Use weapons. Like guns, cock guns, shoot.
That is the first training when you go to learn it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that one you
are
also
a soldier.
taught. Yes.
And when you go to learn it, then I think these days they go to Eldoret.
Okay.
That is part of the training. The marching, the weaponry.
Okay.
That is the basic military training.
Okay.
You are a soldier. Whether you are a pilot or whether you are a priest,
you have to be able to.
You are a soldier. Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you started out in Isili.
Yeah.
And in Isili, how long was the course?
1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
Then after Isili, that's when.
No,
I remember,
we were split.
Yeah.
It was 24. Now 12 went to Nanyuki. 12 remained.
This is after 1 year.
Yeah, that is after 1 year.
Okay.
Yes.
So you joined in 74.
Yeah.
So in 75 you went to Nanyuki.
Yes.
Okay. So in Nanyuki, what was happening? What was different?
You join now your section now.
Okay.
You start now working with those fellows. You continue now to gain experience because you are working with them.
Yeah.
And you proceed. Yeah, because you are trained anyway.
Yeah.
It's only a matter now working with them. Yeah, you are showing, you're doing this one, they are there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And and like when we look at the military bases, which one is bigger? Is it the Isili one or the Nanyuki one?
It is quite a while now, but
At
I
that
am
time?
sure we are talking about how many years now?
Yeah, 42 years since you left.
There must have been a lot of expansion. I would believe Nanyuki must have grown. That is the operational base.
Oh, okay, Nanyuki.
That is the operational base, and that's where these fighter jets are stationed.
Okay.
So I would imagine it has grown. I don't see Isili growing because there is no space.
Yeah, there's no
anyway.
space, yes.
And
right now there's too much civilian encroachment.
although government has been protecting that one, but it's very difficult. Although they have tried. So I would imagine, not very sure, because when I left Nanyuki, of course, I've not gone back, but I would imagine they have grown.
Okay. So now this is 75, you are in Nanyuki. At some point, you told me that you went to India?
Yeah. That was 77.
77. So for 2 years, you were just in Nanyuki?
Yeah, working with those other fellows. And then after 77, and then we are taken to India.
What was the reason for India?
Sorry?
The reason for India?
To do advanced training.
Oh, okay.
On electrical and instrumentation. Yeah, the same one. Because Isili we had done the basic, then we go to India to do advanced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this electrical and instrumentation, what are we talking about on the plane? What are you changing? What are you checking?
We are talking about electrical and instrument systems.
Yeah, making sure they work efficiently.
Yes, yes. Electrical engineering is very wide.
Yeah.
And in aircraft, of course, there are those systems. They operate using electricity, so you have to study the systems. You also see now the instruments. The CAB dashboard. Those things are there.
Yeah.
For speed, height, turn.
Yeah.
You see, so those are the systems we were studying and we were working on. Look at also in fueling, of course, that you have the gauges. How much gas is there. When the aircraft is taking off, at what speed or lift. It is called lift. You don't just,
you have to have enough speed to be
you
able
must
to
learn it is supposed to start lifting at a certain degree.
Yeah.
That's why, geography was very important.
Okay.
Yes. It is, a whole lot of issues regarding electrical and instrumentation systems.
Okay. And then when you reach India, this was India under, was Gandhi ever president or prime minister? This was India under who?
Actually, it's quite a while. Maybe Gandhi or something else. I'm not very sure.
So now you joined, you were training with the Indian Air Force?
Yeah.
How was that experience? Was there discrimination or they were very welcoming?
Not at all. We were very respected. Bombay, I'm sure you know that is at the south.
Yes.
South. And actually the climate and the people are very good.
Okay.
And you find a lot of Christians those areas. So we had no problem.
Okay.
We are studying with students from other countries. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Ceylon, Zambia, I remember. Then Kenya, Nigeria.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a class of a mix. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Especially from African countries. Yeah.
So this is you'd left in 77. Which month?
No, I went 77. We came back to 78.
No, I'm asking which month did you leave in 77? Right. I'm assuming after August, because you came back in 78 after August.
We went in October 77.
Oh, came back?
Came back to, I think, November 78.
Oh,
after 1 year.
So you left?
Because I remember, Kenyatta died in August.
Yeah.
In August.
78, yes.
78 August. I think about a month, that's when we came back.
Oh, okay.
I can't recollect the dates properly.
And how was news being gotten those days? Did you know immediately that Kenyatta had died?
No. We came to know when we came back.
Yeah, like a month later?
Yeah.
Okay, this is interesting. Okay. So now you arrive at the airport. Which airport do you come? You just come through Jomo
Yeah,
Kenyatta
through
still?
the same.
Jomo Kenyatta.
It
And
was
then?
not just the conversion from EA to KQ. Yeah, so we came through the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
so you knew when you landed? Or at least you knew when
Of
on
course,
the flight
there is communication that we are now about to land in Kenya, Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Yes.
Oh no, I'm asking like you knew Kenyatta had died when you landed, or at least on the plane someone maybe mentioned it. Right now you have a new president.
I can't remember at what point.
Okay.
I can't remember at what point because I think it is after we had arrived. Yes.
And I also know like those days even thinking about a president dying was considered treason. So how did that feel to see like someone who was larger than life had died? Of course everyone is supposed to die, but
I thought that one should have been the imagination of people like Charles George.
Yeah, okay.
Because you cannot just from nowhere you start claiming somebody's died and it's treason and all that. I think that is now the political bit of it.
Oh, the political bit. So now Kenyatta is dead. You come back. Do you still go back to Nanyuki?
Oh, yes.
Oh, you went back to
We
Nanyuki.
come back and we take about a month's leave and we go back to our places of work. Because also some fellows that come from Nanyuki and others from Isili. So when we come back, we go to our respective bases. Yes.
Then I remember. I remember. Like now, I want you to try and tell us if we are to skip. Now we jump to 81.
Yeah.
When did these rumors of a coup start happening? Because I've always had the story that there were rumors that a coup is coming. Did it start in 82 itself or in 81? Or even
I'm
earlier?
not aware about the rumors. No.
Oh, okay. Because I always hear people say that the military intelligence knew something was going to happen, but no one acted on it.
What it is, because what was it?
Hezbollah.
Yitengwe and this other Odiero.
Yes. Hezbollah.
About
that
one. But to me, that is RC.
Okay.
And people also try to say there were some people coming to these various bases, like Nanyuki, they were visiting, they were recruiting. I'm not aware about that.
Okay.
What I'm aware about is that there was no coup. This was a political fraud by Moi and the army. Let us start from there. There was no coup.
Okay. So now I will come back to that specific point. Now I want to just go back to that time where you are at Nanyuki.
Yes.
It's a normal. It was a Sunday.
It was a Sunday morning.
Yes. So it's a normal Sunday. You are at Nanyuki.
Yeah.
What happened? How did you come to know there's a coup? In quotes, let's start with the presumption that it's a coup, because that time you didn't know that it was just something fake.
Yeah.
So how where did that find you?
I was in Nanyuki over the weekend, and the reason I was there because there was a military exercise in Isiolo.
Okay.
And being a ground crew, we are supposed to be at the base to await for the aircraft which was out there. When the aircraft flies like the jets, they cannot land anywhere else. They have to come to the base. So we must be there. So I was there throughout until the Saturday, because now some people were coming back from the exercise. So I slept at the base on the Saturday, and then early morning, then there was that now crisis. People shouting, people knocking people's doors because we were living in cubicles.
Yeah.
And that is when I got to know something was wrong. It was around 6:30. I was waking up around 6:30. Yeah.
So now when they're knocking on your door, are they telling you to grab a weapon, go protect Kenya, or what's being said?
No, initially they don't tell you what just go and report to your respective sections.
Okay.
Just that. And when you knock, they don't even wait. They proceed to go and awakening others. Go to the respective sections. That's it. You don't even know who has said that.
Yeah.
because it's out there. Yes.
Okay.
It was around 30 according to me. Yes.
So now you go to your respective
My respective workplace was the hangars. That is where the aircraft are based. Yeah, the workshops and the aircraft. That was my place.
Yes.
It was about a kilometer away from the other areas. You know, it is about separate where the crafts are. Yes. About half a kilometer walk.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So now you reach there. At what point did you know now it's a coup?
Now, you see, when you come out and you're in uniform, and then now you meet other people also. You start, questioning, what is it about? What is it? Most of the people do not even know where we are, why we are reporting at respective places. And because now it's about half a kilometer, then it is started to think that there is the military has overturned the government or the president. We were discussing as we were going to our places of work. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And so how long did this commotion last before it ended and now you are falsely accused of participating?
No, when we got at our working place, that's where the aircraft are. We found quite a number of people.
Yeah.
Of course, workmates and the pilots. And we came to understand, because we are talking with the pilots, we work together. We maintain the aircraft, they fly. And we came to learn that they had been brought by force from their residential areas. Most of them lived outside the camp. So they were brought. You see?
Pilots.
Yeah, the pilots were picked and brought.
Yeah.
So there was that, whispering, what is it about? What happened? When we realized what was happening, we did not know. We started to sabotage the whole process.
Okay.
The ground crew and the pilots. I want to make this very clear.
Yeah.
And the plan was, as we conspired with the pilots, to sabotage.
Yeah.
Because the aircraft already had been loaded with the bombs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. One on each side. And there were 2 crafts.
Okay.
So we are talking about 4. The first aircraft, F5, was piloted by Major Mutua. And he was piloting at gunpoint by Mr. Jeremani, because there are 2 types. The one-seater is the pilot alone. This one has 2 seats because it's also a trainer.
Yeah.
So that is when Mutua was forced by Jeremani, and this other one was a single-seater. It was piloted by Captain Mugwanja. Because these are fellows we were working with.
Okay.
So we had different categories of technicians. We had the armament fellows, those deal with the bombs.
Yeah.
So it was agreed, when you fit the bombs, do not remove the safety pin. You know what it means?
Yeah.
If the bomb is released and it drops somewhere, because of that pin, it won't explode.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, even before we came to the bombs, we conspired that the preparation of the aircraft for takeoff should drag by time. So it took longer than necessary to prepare this aircraft for flight. Okay? Now, the other thing we talked about was we agreed with the pilots, because when the aircraft takes off with the bombs, it cannot land with the same load.
Oh, so you have to go drop
be
it.
disposed somewhere, somehow. That is when I read somebody saying, in it is not possible to, I think, take off and land. I can't remember very well.
Yeah, it was Hezbon. I think he was saying that those planes are too fast. So he was saying it takes a very short time.
That one is very correct. That one is very correct. He agreed with me.
Yeah.
And I know because I was there. So the plan was, after takeoff, instead of bombing particular areas, because we were talking with the pilots and they'd been told which areas to bomb.
Okay. What were they supposed to bomb? State House was there?
State House was there. Army headquarters was there. VOK was there. And GPO.
Oh, so four.
GPO. At least I can remember those two. So what happened? On conspiring, the pilots were to somersault. You see, this one is under guard. This fellow has a weapon. You remember that?
Yeah.
So after somersaulting, of course, this fellow will get confused. By that time, with that kind of speed, they dumped the bombs at Mount Kenya and came back.
Oh, okay.
And landed. We were there waiting for them. Yeah.
And this fellow, he's called Jerumani?
Yeah, Jerumani. Yeah.
So he thought everything had been bombed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I want us to skip a little bit because I want to know what happened to him. He was convicted?
Yeah. The 12 were 12 or 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were hanged.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So he was one of the 13 that were hanged?
He was.
Oh, okay.
He was, yes.
So now when they came back to the base, what happened? Now, what are they waiting for and what are they telling you to do?
No. When they landed, they were supposed not to go for another sortie. You know, one flight is in the military is called a sortie. SORTIE, sortie.
Yeah.
So they finished the first sortie. So they were supposed to go for a second one. Fortunately, we had army fellows coming from 1KR. You know, 1KR is based in Nanyuki.
Oh, okay.
So they had been deployed to come and
contain.
And of course contain the situation and arrest the mutineers. But to us, we were waiting for that because that's why we dragged the preparation of the aircraft.
Yes.
And the commander of that unit from 1K was very understanding. Nanyuki Air Base, there was no shot of a gun. Nothing. Nobody was even slapped. There was total silence and understanding. So we were arrested. There's something I want to say.
Yeah.
I have heard about Mahmoud Mohammed rescuing the president and getting the government to normalcy.
Yeah.
That is not true. That is not true. We are the people, because of that sabotage, assistant this government. I want everybody to know that. If history is written, and I'm there to confirm, if it were not that arrangement to sabotage, if those aircraft bombed the area they were targeted, Mohammed would not have gotten anywhere.
And Mohammed would have died because he'd have been at
I'm
KBC.
telling you, he would have killed with his troops. Because you're talking about bombs.
Yeah.
So this myth is a hero. A hero of what? We sabotaged that attempt at source. So I don't want to hear anything to do with Mahmoud Mohammed. No.
Okay.
You know, sometimes we praise people without digging further. Yes, of course, he came to VOK. It was VOK then, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then he mobilized people. They killed people. They mobilized and they collected so many Air Force people. They locked them up. That is not true. If the VOK was bombed, like it had been at the airport, the pilots and be told, and then a DOD, GPO, nothing would have remained in Nairobi, my friend.
Yeah, because I
I
can
want
try and
everybody
imagine.
to understand that. Yes.
And coming back from that would have been really hard. You know, if you'd bombed, KBC was bombed, a State House, there is no poster, there is no... So basically, if you bomb KBC and poster, there's basically no communication.
Yeah.
And
That's the point. That is the point.
Yes.
So when I hear somebody saying they saved the country, what are you talking about? Let them ask me. I'll tell them what happened.
Yeah,
I was there. Yes. We conspired. The ground crew, which I was one of them, conspired with the pilots. We sabotaged. Yes.
Oh, okay. So now this is the
by
most
the way,
interesting.
You have read my piece I sent you.
Yeah.
Because I appeared on Standard. And you must have noted those things I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
And you know, even those days, Standard is it belongs to the Moi family. I was there.
Oh, okay.
I gave that interview. I even appeared on KTN. I talked about the same things. Those early days. And I think this write-up is at 208.
Yeah.
I think it's 208. Yeah.
Okay. So another very
And
interesting
from
thing
that
you're saying.
one moment, when I gave that interview, print and a telly, and I told them where the bombs were dropped. I don't know whether they went there to find out.
Okay.
It was just quiet until today. Whether they did anything or not, but they could not have done that because they got to find out what? Nothing.
Oh,
So I think they did not want to bother climbing the mountain to go and find the bombs.
Yeah. But as I think for civilians, you're afraid that what if the safety pin has rusted, 40 years later? I don't know what the safety pin is.
No, that time was a bit earlier, not like today. But I think they said there was no use. There was no use because you know when it hit the ground and it is a mountain, I think it must have buried itself somehow. So it must have been a very tedious exercise for them, and also getting to where to find out and where.
And why do you think the people who took over Nanyuki were that restrained? Why didn't they shoot people? Like, why didn't they shoot someone like Jeremani, considering they knew this person is guilty? Why were they that restrained?
You know, when we were rounded up, at that point, you not know who has done what. And apart from Jeremani flying with the pilot, nothing else had happened. It was quiet. Yeah. It is like we were waiting for these fellows to save us because we did not know what was happening. Yeah. So when they approached, they came, we just, raised our hands and, we were collected and taken to a very big building. And then investigations started.
Okay.
So they did not know immediately who had done what. When they came, there was no problem. Yeah, it was very calm. So he had the commander had no reason to say to do anything else. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then, but at that point in Nairobi, people were being shot because I hear a lot of people died in Nairobi. Yes.
We did not know ourselves. We came to know about it much later, just like you people. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There was no communication from that date up to February 1993 when some of us were released. So you can imagine we are talking about 7 months.
Oh, okay.
You are in custody. Yeah.
So this time, like on on the day of the coup, you surrender. People surrender, as in you put your hands up.
Yeah.
You go straight to detention. You're like detained for all that time. There's no, like, because you're saying 7 months later is when you'd know what happened in Nairobi.
The arrangement was systematic. First, we've been rounded up by one care, the army people. We were all out, taken to a big building, and investigations started at that point. And it took a bit of time for all of us to be, to be tried, investigated, or screened for that matter. I think it took about 3 or 4 days. I can't remember. So we were now leaving Nanyuki to Isili bit by bit. Once that lot is completed with Nanyuki, then you are brought to Isili. I think Isili we were there for overnight, and then the following day now they were being taken to to committee. Committee medium prison.
How's the like interrogation? You're being beaten, I'm thinking.
Sorry?
Like when you're taken from Nanyuki and you're brought to Isili, are you being beaten?
No, not at all. I'm telling you, nobody was slapped. Even I'm beating. Slap.
What about Isili? At Isili?
No.
Before committee? No torture?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Not at all.
And then, so you arrived in Isili after around 4 days, yes?
No, we were in Nanyuki for about 4 days.
Yes. Oh.
So I remember I must have come, I think I came to Isili after 4 days.
Yes.
And then overnight, and then we are taken, the next day we are taken to committee maximum, medium prison, not maximum.
Oh, they used to be committee medium?
Yeah.
Oh, is it still there now? No?
Sorry?
Is it still there now?
Yeah, it is.
Committee medium?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, me just know about committee maximum.
No, there's maximum and minimum. Oh, no, sorry, medium.
Okay. So here at medium, what's happening? By the time you're being taken here, they think you're guilty, or?
No, committee medium, investigations continue. And when they continue, then others are referred to Naivasha.
Okay.
Depending on the investigations, yes.
Oh, okay. So now at committee medium, you stayed for how long before your trial?
No, I actually remained in committee medium almost for the rest of my stay within the 7 months.
Oh, the 7 months.
Yes.
And when where was the trial? Court martial or the normal courts?
I was not tried.
Oh, you're not tried?
Yeah, because there was nothing to try me about. You have seen my certificate. Is it good?
Yeah.
Did you see conduct?
Yeah.
Good. So when I gave my first story in Nanyuki, we were brought to committee medium. We were again investigated. I gave them story. There was nothing to be charged about.
Oh, okay.
I was never charged. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So now this committee medium, at this point, they had everyone who'd served at Nanyuki, or there are people who were never charged in any way? Or there are people who were never even detained, investigated from the Nanyuki airbase?
You see, when we came from Nanyuki, we also found other people have come from Isili, others from Embakasi. There were also other army men who we could not understand why they were there. So most of my time, I was not charged. I was just in custody.
Yeah.
There is a difference between custody and jail.
Yes.
Yeah. You are just there, you don't work, you just eat, you sleep for 7 months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So committee medium had mostly people from Nanyuki airbase, yes? Like committee medium.
Committee medium, it was a collection from several areas.
Yes.
Yeah.
But and most of the detainees, were they from or most of the people in custody, were they from Isili? Because Isili had to be treated as the epicenter of the coup, or?
Not aware about that.
Yeah, okay.
And let us differentiate between detainees and people in custody.
Okay,
we were not detainees.
I keep confusing those two things.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just in custody. And Isili, you can't say it was the epicenter. It is within the city, and there was that issue of maybe looting and what. That cannot qualify for Isili to be said to be the epicenter.
Okay, no. Okay. And so now, after 7 months, you're released.
Yeah.
And you are never able to get back your job.
No.
But what about Mutua? Did he go back to the military?
No.
Oh,
most of those fellows never went back.
Even Mutua, after being the hero that he was?
I think that one is a different subject.
Yeah.
And that will come as to why there was a coup.
Okay.
Or rather, why the coup was a fraud.
Yes.
That will come at that stage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now when you're released in March 83, by then, at what time did you notice that this coup was not a real coup? At what point? After being released?
Yeah.
Or when you are still at the prison?
During our time in custody, we were discussing a lot of things. Operational, like I've told you, we were one block with Major Mutua and Captain and other senior people, everybody. And that is when we came to know Moi, the president then, the General Molinge, in charge of the military, and the special branch.
Yeah.
Those fellows had been told about the coup.
Yeah.
And there was a show in Nyeri the previous day. It was closing on the Saturday.
Yes.
And we got information that even Moi was told during that time, during the show. No, this is information we are getting now when we are in custody.
Yeah, yeah.
That's when we came to learn, like, then it was not a coup. Those fellows knew. Moi had been told, Molinga had been told, and
Kanyotu, they all know.
Yeah, Kanyotu knew. And my commander then, Peter Mwagiro Kariuki, he was a Air Force commander then.
Yeah.
He had been told, and that is what he said when he was charged.
Yeah.
He went through the civil jail. After he was, of course, condemned by the court martial, he filed a civil case.
Yeah.
And that is the evidence he gave. You are charging me, and I gave you a report about the coup. That was the evidence. You can Google. His case is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, so when he told Moi just ignored him.
No. There is that hierarchy. Kariuki could only tell Mulinge.
Oh, okay.
Mulinge to communicate to the head of state.
Yeah.
Yes. So that information was available. These are the things we were discussing during our custody.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So, but this means that it could have gone really bad for Moi, because if Mutua had not done what he did, then Moi could have lost the country. Because let's imagine Mutua followed the instructions and actually dropped the bomb.
Moi would not have lost the country. Kenyans would have lost the country.
Yeah.
Because the country did not belong to Moi.
Yeah, okay.
So you are talking about the country.
Yeah.
Yes. If you disable everything in Nairobi here, what do you do the next day? There's no country.
Yeah.
Where do you start? Yeah. So basically that is what it was. Yes.
Oh, so could this be the reason why he never took you people back when he knew that these people...
That is one of the reasons. And I would want to come back later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you all know that it's a fake coup.
A fraud.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be released, of course, you have to act like it's real. You had to act like it's real and you had no part in it, so that you are released from custody.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then there's always the story of who flew Ochuka out. Like how did Ochuka escape?
Apart from what I hear from people, and I don't rely on Yarasi, because I was in Nanyuki, I cannot say for sure.
So by the time
but if I have information, they were flown to Tanzania. So anything else is Yarasi. It's something I cannot confirm. Yeah. But it's a fact now. They were flown to Tanzania. Who did it and when, I don't know.
And what sort of plane? A helicopter or... Because can a military plane be allowed to land in Tanzania? A Kenyan military plane?
I think they were flown by a transport aircraft by the name Caribou then.
Oh.
A Caribou was a transport plane, although now there was another variety which came later, Buffalo.
Okay.
So I think that time it was Caribou only for transport. Yes.
Okay. So now you leave custody. When you left custody, of course, you expected to be reinstated after some time, yes?
Yeah.
What happened?
No. I was not expecting. We were told as we left. You know, when we were we were released at Kawa Barracks, and everything was arranged. Some of us who were supposed to go back to work, like myself, we were given our salary from July up to end of January.
Oh, okay. Those months
actually
that
we
you
were
missed.
paid, but we were told our services were no longer, required. So there was no hope of going back. And as we left, then we were told to go and report to our respective chiefs, which we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you met the chiefs, they were like, "You're fired."
Sorry?
The chiefs told you you've been terminated.
No, we were told at the Kawa Barracks. You know, the chief had no role. It's just to make sure WAMBUA has come to report to my office. Nothing else. I don't even sign anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is the work of the chiefs. That's why they know every homestead to assist the government in whatever they are doing. At times we might agree, we might not agree.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, so okay. I think I thought maybe you're talking about some military chiefs. You mean these
location
village
chiefs at home.
Oh,
yeah. We were supposed to go back home and report to our local
administrative chiefs. Okay.
And now report and tell them I've been dismissed from the military. Or what?
You know, I suppose they must have been briefed anyway. Yes.
Oh, okay. So now, of course, this was your career.
Yeah.
So now what happened to most of you? Like even for you, for yourself now, did you learn a new skill? Because now you knew this thing that I was supposed to do for the rest of my life, I can't do it anymore.
Of course, now we went to different directions. A good number were employed by Kenya Airways.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The pilots and the technicians, like Namutua and Mugwanja, they joined Kenya Airways. And so many technicians also. I was not lucky to get a place in Kenya Airways, but I was employed by the showground, Nairobi International Show, or rather Agricultural Society of Kenya. It's a security officer. Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. And so you keep insisting that this thing is a fraud, eh?
Yeah.
And so you told me we'd come back to that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Why is it a fraud? Apart from the fact that they knew and they never acted, because someone can argue that if the bombs had dropped, Kenya would have been lost. So why is it a fraud? Why gamble like that?
That's where we touch a bit of politics. You remember during Jomo Kenyatta's rule, at the tail end of his rule, there was the talk about the passing cloud by the Kiambu Mafia. So Boy was fearful about that clique.
Okay.
And Air Force was headed by the Kikuyu.
Okay.
The overall commander was the Kikuyu.
Yeah.
The commander of Moi Air Base. You see, there's the commander, and then there's the commander for Moi Air Base. There's the commander for Nanyuki, and there's a commander for Embakasi. Almost all of them were headed by the Kikuyu.
Oh, okay.
You see now?
Yeah.
And because the Kiambu Mafia had talked about the passing cloud, and this Air Force is ended by the Kikuyu, then I suppose, and I rightly so, Moi had to find a way of facing out the Air Force and the Kikuyu
dominance.
Yes, yes.
Oh, so the passing cloud was supposed to be Moi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether you remember that history. It is there. It is there. The Kiambu Mafia did not want the Moi to take over, but when it down, you know, he was at that time he was protected by Charles Jonjo, and it is when he said, you know, people would not even imagine the death of a president. It is Jonjo working with that one because of the Kiambu Mafia. So Moi knew. Because of this Kiambu Mafia, he would not rule like he would want to. So the issue of the fraud by Moi and the army was to completely dismantle the Air Force so that he reconvenes it to his liking and to remove these Kikuyus. Secondly, I have answered about the passing cloud.
Yes.
And why Moi had to dismantle the Air Force, irrespective.
Yeah.
Then there was the element of the army. There was bad blood between the Air Force and the army.
Oh, okay.
And that's why, because most of the Air Force fellows were mopped up by the army. That's why they were beating them. There was a lot of bad blood. Why? You see, the Air Force was started after independence, 1964. And they started recruiting educated people. See now? Now, the army were coming from the King's African Rifles, KAR, which was there for the British before independence. And some of these, Africans, or Kenyans for that matter, had been recruited during that time. So the education was very little.
Yeah.
Now, then Air Force recruits from 1964 coming this way. Like people like Dick Kichuru, these are fellows who are recruiting from Mangu High School. You see? Most of them.
Yeah.
Now, then there is the other issue of the British culture within the Air Force. Because when we joined, you find the British fellows.
Yeah.
So you take up that culture. Like when I remember when we joined, of course, there were a few remaining. We worked with them, and as we continued, they started going home.
Yeah.
So there was the education and the British culture, which the army did not want. So it created a lot of problems. It is like their mind was there. We were proud because we are educated, because of this and the other. No, you would imagine, like a very good example is my former boss, who I really, really like, Didan Kishuru.
Yeah.
He had been recruited from Mangu High School.
Yeah.
And he's a pilot. Mulinge, after serving with the KAR, whatever education he was, is his boss.
Oh.
So it was very difficult, very, very difficult to work together, because this fellow is not educated. This is a fellow who's educated. He's a pilot. I'm only given an example of those two.
Yeah.
So you find even the other cadres. There were those tensions, feelings about. There is a name they used to call the army fellows bongos.
Yeah, bongos. Yeah.
I have tried to find about that name, but I've not been able to understand what it was. But you see, now it was those days, early days, before and immediately after independence. No, it has improved so much. Because now you find even the army now recruiting grantees.
Yeah.
I don't think we have those. I think they were phased out. The people like Muhammad Mohammed, the fellow was not even learned. I think he was in charge of transport. Whether he knew how to drive lorries, I don't know. And then we are told one time he's the commander of the Air Force. How do you command the Air Force? Air Force is supposed to
be commanded by someone who can commandeer.
You command the Air Force through the air. So to do that one, you need to be a pilot. Then how do you command? So it was total nonsense.
And why was he chosen as the hero? Because it seems like they had to choose him. They were like, we are going to choose this one person, elevate him to be the hero.
Mohammed. Yeah, because according to the army and the Moi, Mohammed was the hero because he suppressed the coup. So he had to be recognized. Not understanding this is not the truth.
Yeah, but of course Moi knew the truth. Moi knew that you're the people who stopped the coup. Like if you wanted him out, you'd have gotten him out. The military, he's just the Air Force, that is. He just, I think, just wanted to make the coup look real. So that's why he had to elevate Mohamud, or? Because he must have known.
I think I've said that Moi and his people knew the coup was coming up. They knew. And I think why I say it is a political fraud, because the intention of Moi was
Get rid
to
of.
scrap the Air Force. That's why no action was taken.
Yes.
So they were buying that moment so that it can be, disabled.
Yeah. And why did the coup end up with, in quotes, a Luo face? Like the names that we normally see as the people who organized it are basically all Luo. How did that happen?
What?
How did it end up with a Luo face? Like we have Ochuka, we have, was it Oteo? There's a lot of Luo names that are tied to the 1982 coup. How did that happen? Because remember his original plan was to get rid of Kikuyus, but it ended up with this very Luo face. What happened?
It has been very difficult for me to figure out what really happened. And I've told you most of those fellows worked in Nanyuki.
Yeah.
And I knew most of them. In fact, all of them. But when it came to them organizing, I have not been able to understand why. Because, for starters, I've told you about the command of the Air Force. And I think it is very important that I bring the issue of corruption.
Yeah.
There was a lot of corruption, or rather governance. And the governance, I want to include issues of corruption and the promotions. Just to find to see how this happened. There was a lot of corruption in the Air Force where I was.
Yeah.
Other sections I don't know, but of course I understand. Things were also that way. There were no promotions, and you find because of the command of the Air Force, Kikuyus were being promoted.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Even the other sectors.
This is now during Kenyatta.
No, during Moi's time.
But you said Kikuyus were being promoted.
Did I say? Yes, because of the structure of the Air Force.
Yeah.
I told you the command. Both wa Nanyuki, wa Isili, wa wapi, ni Kikuyu.
And this is because of Kenyatta first, yes?
No. No. Not because of Kenyatta. You know, that is long after Kenyatta had passed on. It is during the Moi's time.
Yeah, yeah.
And the command of the Air Force is by Kikuyus. Jomo Kenyatta does not appear anywhere now.
Oh, okay. No.
It is the command of the Kenya Air Force. And so when you go to the other sections,
yeah,
because of that tribal element, you also find most of the sections are headed by Kikuyus.
Okay.
So the issue of corruption, tribalism, brought issues.
Okay.
And the people are complaining. He's saying, because he was the chairman of the court martial.
Yeah, the court martial.
He's saying, and the picture is there, that he did not understand why the government did not take action because of the grievances of the airmen.
Oh.
He's interviewed, and his photo is there. And he's saying this, and he was the chairman of the court martial. So you find this one is a total contradiction.
Yeah.
He's the chairman of the court martial. He says that he does not understand why the government did not take action. Which action? Corruption, promotions, governance of the Air Force was bad. Yes. So, I will tell you, I told you initially that my class initially was 24. 2012 we went to Nanyuki. 12 remained here. Within my class of 12, 6 Kikuyus were promoted. Some became pilots. Most of them became pilots.
Okay.
One or two technical officers. These fellows were not better than us.
Oh.
You see? So those issues brought problems.
Oh, okay.
You see?
Okay.
Now, when it came to corruption, and especially when you see now we're waiting in the mess. Suppliers of foodstuffs were coming, I think, from Nanyuki town or whatever. Meat would be brought,
Yeah.
and they would be taken out through corruption. So there was problem in feeding. So people were talking about those issues, the corruption, the tribalism, and the promotions. So I do not know. You see, I don't know, but I take laws like people who know their rights. That's how I take. I tend to take them who know their rights and they will speak up. And they are my friends, by the way. So I tend to imagine to think that because they knew what was happening, they came forward.
Yeah.
In whatever way, I do not know. Because the problem, which I know, is Moi wanted to disband the Air Force and start it afresh with the people he could trust. How the laws came in, these other issues, corruption, promotion, I think was a catalyst to their action.
Okay. And there's always the argument that Ochuka was too junior to have organized such a thing. What are your views on that? Like if there was ever a coup anywhere in the world, junior officers can't be able to execute it. How true is that?
I did not know Chuka because he served in Isili. I did not know him. And I've said most of those guys were, I know them. We worked in Nanyuki. So for somebody like Ochuka taking charge of the coup, I do not know.
Okay.
I knew Oteo in person.
Oteo.
We had worked with them in Nanyuki. He was elderly. I think he was a senior sergeant or something. Ochuka, from what I read, he was just a senior private.
Yeah.
He was a private. When Oteo is a senior sergeant. You see, so I don't know. I do not know because I do not know Chuka.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe the only thing is to speculate. Maybe when it went through, they had their arrangements as to what would happen. But I have no answer for that.
And how was Oteo? Oteo as a person, because you knew him.
Oteo was a gentleman. I think worked in the stores. And there's somebody I knew. It was somebody. He was a very humble person. Yes. That is what I know about Oteo. Yes.
Oh, and these executions, they were hanged. They were not shot. They were hanged.
No, that is the information we work with. That they were hanged. That is the information, and it is it was in the media. So there is no secret about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now, of course, the fraud has happened. When did you decide to go to court? Like, because a lot of you went to court for compensation.
Yeah.
When did that happen? After Moi was out, yes?
Actually, immediately Kibaki took over government, we thought maybe he would listen to us because we did not bother during Moi's time. And immediately after, it was, I think we started mobilizing in 2003. That is when he took over government, Kibaki.
Yeah.
And with the retinue of people. We thought these were people who could assist. And I think we started sometime in 2003. Because now my colleagues, most of them were in Nairobi.
Okay.
I mobilized them. In fact, even today, I'm their national chairman myself.
Yeah. So
I mobilized them because most of them were in Nairobi, and we were meeting at Uhuru Park then. Yes.
Oh, okay. So, and then there's this very interesting photos that I've seen about the coup, where you have someone like even Muite. Muite was a lawyer, and he was representing Jonjo.
Yeah. No, General Karaoke.
Yeah, Muite was General Karaoke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
About Jonjo, I'm not sure, but I know he represented General Karaoke.
So a lot of the soldiers got But did the soldiers also get civilian lawyers?
Yeah.
Just got the normal lawyers, eh?
Yeah. You see now you are disease, you are, you are a citizen. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I always hear the thing about the court martial. I think that's what maybe as a civilian I've never understood. If you commit a crime like the coup,
Yeah.
you are charged in civilian court,
No.
even as a soldier. Military court.
Martial, yeah.
Yes, you're court-martialed.
Yeah.
And but even in this military court, you can be represented by a civilian lawyer.
You are supposed to be represented, but they don't allow. What they would do is they might pretend to give you an officer to represent you, and you see now that there is a conflict of interest, which does not make sense.
Yeah.
Like I know most of the people who are taken to court martial, they were never represented, and they were conned also. They were being conned like. This is a small matter. You just say yes and it is done. That is why they were tricked.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So out of the people that were hanged at committee, maximum, like how many were senior in the military?
No, it is difficult for me to know.
Oh, you didn't know?
It is very difficult. Oh, you mean who are hanged?
Yes, the ones who were hanged. Because I know a lot of the people who were hanged there were 13 people who were hanged? 13. Yes.
I don't know what you mean by senior, because I think the highest rank among those fellows was a senior sergeant
Oteo. Oh, okay.
There was no commissioned officer. And Oteo was the most senior, at senior sergeant level. Yeah.
Oh, okay.